I'm kind of surprised that it's still broken even after many attempts. Like it had made a lot of silly mistakes so far.
Oh, what?
What's that?
I'm trying to open it in a different thing, but it's okay. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Did I
we're
break
opening.
it already? I'm just
You're
trying to.
beta testing.
I'm a product manager who likes to design things,
And I'm an engineer who likes to try new toys.
and we're going to try to learn AI together. In this video, we're going to try to build a hiking planner app using a tool called Bolt. So what you're going to see is our experience trying to build something new. So let's just try it out. So we're going to try to use Bolt. Let's see, how can Bolt help you today? What's the kind of guidance here? Like, do we want to put a lot of things in here, or do we want to keep it pretty simple?
Given some experience with bolts, I think depending on how much creative control that you want, if you don't know what you want, but you have just a simple idea and you kind of want to explore with it, go very simple with just a few sentences. If you have ideas and you want it to specifically build things like calendar integration, being able to save your hikes, but only for specific friends with, specific groups, maybe, some groups like harder hikes, some groups like lighter hikes. So you have, separate things. If that's something you want to control and make sure that Bolt integrates, I think it's way better to be detailed. And depending on which route we want to go to, you can go simple, or if you want to go really detailed, you can write that yourself. Or I think even using other external tools like ChatGPT or Claude to write functional requirements for that PRD while you kind of like work with Claude or ChatGPT to build those things and check off the things that you actually do want to build with that, then you can copy and paste that and put it into Bolt. And I think that works really well too. So for this one, do you want to just let Bolt run with the idea and see what it comes up with, or would you rather have it kind of build exactly the features that you want to see?
Yeah, let's just start to just use Bolt first because I think the Claude to Bolt workflow is like the next step or like the next level up. Um, so let's just say maybe I'll just transcribe.
Are you using a transcription? Oh, nice. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, I honestly don't use the transcription thing enough, but it's like it's a hotkey. I have a just a button that just I just hold it
Oh,
down. It's
okay.
just transcribing. But
Unless you're a world's fastest typer and you love to type. But even as
um,
an engineer, I type too much and I feel like
I
talking
don't
is so
like
much more natural.
exactly. So focus on Washington State trails, group coordination features. Okay, interactive catalog of trails. Okay, I wonder where it's getting that from. Group creation, invitation, real-time chat. Ooh, I don't know if that's necessary. Shared calendar, collaborative planning tools, user profiles.
Yeah. So Bolt is really good at mocking out a lot of things and even thinking further around your requirements. That's how I feel with a lot of these tools that are similar to Bolt. They'll take your idea and sometimes add a little bit more to it. So like the real-time chat, I feel like may not be a feature that we need per se, but we can just let this thing cook and see what mocks come out of this. So like this is why I was saying when you start really simple, it really follows. I mean, it really takes your idea and goes with it and runs with it and explores different avenues.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because I can see it's actually doing like some of the features I was thinking but forgot to say, like the weather. Um,
Oh yeah.
it is taking quite a lot of time. So like from the moment that I said something to the first time that we can preview is it's quite a bit of a wait.
Yeah, I agree. I think most tools are very similar to this. The only one that's very different that I think maybe does better is Replit. Replit starts with a visual what is it, planning, where they kind of like mock out what that UI would look like and then build it based off of that. I don't know what they do behind the scenes, but it's quite cool to see the AI imagine what that app will look like before building out the code and then build the code off of that screenshot.
Well, we're a couple minutes in and we're still trying to figure out how bad it's
I
doing.
guess we'll see how thorough this app mockup will be. I will say that the structure of the code makes a lot of sense from an engineer's perspective, like source data, mock data, which is pretty cool to see because obviously we're it's trying to optimize to iterate. based on the UI first, so you can understand the functional stuff before hooking it up with the real stuff, which we can see we can connect to Superbase to have a real back end, and I'm sure we can ask Bolt to connect to some free weather API, or maybe there's a paid one, but yeah.
I think that's the difference between what you're expecting, what I'm expecting. I would hope to see some sort of like UI or mock-up before we get too far into it. Just so
Yeah.
I can react and like iterate on that versus a whole like app that I don't know whether it's on the right direction or not.
I totally agree with you. And I think this is where Replit shines again, is that when it does the planning, it asks you if you want to implement all of these options versus Bolt will say, oh, like this is all the things I'm going to implement and then go straight to coding. I think Replit now has like a checklist that says, oh, like I think we're going to implement all these things, but you tell me which one you actually want to implement and I'll go implement those things.
Hmm.
Trailmates. That's an interesting name. It's cute.
Trailmates. That's funny.
Yeah, I love how autonomous some of these things are in terms of like the name and the mock data is also pretty like close. I would say like most of the mock data they do pretty well. Okay, so we first now have our first bug.
We haven't even figured
Bolt.
out what it looks like. How are we gonna have okay, so I, as a PM, as a non-technical person, I'm just gonna click the blue button. Is there something you would do differently as an
Um,
engineer?
I guess first I would probably read what the console says. Fail to resolve import. Sounds like a simple bug that sometimes the AIs don't completely write out all of the code. So this should be a simple fix. I assume this should be fixed after one attempt, but let's give it a try. That's
Brain.
a silly mistake. I don't know if you caught that, but I
Right.
always find that these AIs, especially these tools, they make such funny mistakes. So what happened there was like a colon, but it's in a string, which also has colons wrapped around. So it makes that mistake. Same thing here, like it's pointing to its, but its is in a string, so it escapes that string before so it doesn't parse it correctly. Which is kind of funny because this is stuff that humans would make mistakes on, but would almost immediately know because the IDE would usually scream at you with like a red underline saying, whoa, like this thing's broken. I'm kind of surprised that it's still broken even after many attempts. Like it had made a lot of silly mistakes so far. Don't think we have experienced that before. So this is new.
Ah,
But it looks like there's only one more problem left. So let's see.
one more problem left.
There was four. So to be honest, yes, it probably only solved one problem at a time. I'm not really sure. I didn't really like watch too closely. But if that's the case, then fine, I'll let it pass. Oh,
Oh,
like
finally.
that.
Okay, what do we got? All right. Got low. Oh, the website's called Trailmates. Okay. Okay. Um, wait, can I
Looks like a
open it?
legit website. I
Oh, I'm
love that it
gonna open it.
has images already.
Oh, what?
What's that?
I'm trying to open it in a different thing, but it's okay. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Did
we're
I
opening.
you ready? I'm just
You're
trying to.
beta testing.
Okay, sorry. It has images. Yeah, I like that. I noticed that Bolt likes to build SaaS apps. And like
Yes.
they really just like take your use case and be like, all right, how do we make this a platform for this, not just like a bespoke app? So this is basically what this is trying to do.
Yes. So if you're looking to build SaaS apps, Bolt is definitely your friend. And maybe this is something we could probably experiment over time. Maybe our prompt was not particular enough about the platform. So like we didn't really say if it was going to be a mobile app that's very tailored, but at the same time, I guess why wouldn't you want to share this with other people and allow them to do the same? Yeah, it does add that extra layer that now you have to think about, which is like, oh, like now that we platformized this, we also have to, allow people to create accounts and do all these
Mhm.
things rather than just you only using this.
Yeah.
But that might be something we might have to experiment on by adding that to the prompt saying, I will be the only one using this, so just lock it behind a password that I tell you what it is.
Okay.
But it's good that it fixed the errors, so I guess it did fix them one at a time rather than fix all four at a time. How do you feel so far about the homepage? Like, do you feel like if you did platformize this and made this available for everybody, this would make sense.
I think so. I mean, I'm
But
thinking
Ultra
about
has like
like
three main features, which is like finding trails with details about them. Um,
actually, yeah, let's go back let's go past the home page and say, all right, what's the functionality here? So find trails, so search trails by name. So let's just say lake. Cool. Oh
Ultra
wow,
Lake,
a
Lake
lot here.
Swimming. Okay, Rattlesnake Ledge. I,
That's
I mean, it does have,
it
that's
does
not
have a
very
lake
expensive.
actually.
But I mean, actually, Rattlesnake Ledge, it does have a view of the lake.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
says
yeah, yeah,
here.
that's right. So
Uh,
it's like searching even through the text, not even
that's
just
pretty cool.
the title. So this is impressive. Like, as an engineer, especially if you're like junior, right? You would not have thought, okay, I need to make this text search on everything. Like
Right.
it's already text search on the text, right? At least the title at minimum. Now you're doing description. It's already doing description here. Maybe it does even do their tags too, like spring, summer, lake views, cliffs. Um, but that's pretty impressive.
Okay, so yeah, so it does a lot of things that we didn't even ask it to do, which is good. The UI is pretty good. Like I'd say it's like 80% there with some like minor tweaks, but actually it's pretty okay. Like there's not much I would do differently here, but let's get into like the actual thing. Oh, okay. Please log in to plan a hike. I wish we didn't have to do this. Like I think as a PM, I would try to figure out a way to make it so that you don't have to log in.
And do you mean that as like a finished product where you want this to be able to be used without creating an account?
I think
Or do you
more
mean
like
as a test?
just like the way to get people to activate on it is that you want it to be like as friction free as possible, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, there's actual accounts. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, that's sick, actually.
Whoa, I did not see that. That's quite clever that it wanted you to be able to test it. And
Yeah,
uh, that's cool. I've never seen that feature before.
I think that's a new thing. Um, but yeah, that's a bit annoying that you have to log in and then you lose whatever momentum you had. But maybe that's
Like
just a thing to fix. Okay, here we go. Select group. Okay, there's already a group here.
Weekend Warriors, I love the mock data. Like I was telling you earlier, they did a good job on that.
Okay, plan.
Can't create. What's going on?
Can't create the plan.
Yeah, I love this. Things are not always perfect. Must fixed.
Okay, so it says it fixed it. So let's try
Okay,
again.
sure.
Gonna just pick something. Plan a hike.
Mm-hmm.
Weekend
Mm-hmm.
warriors. Hmm.
Um, yeah.
It's still not working. What am I not doing? Where can I create a group? Maybe this is screwing up the fact that I'm not haven't created a group. Wait, four best friends. Oh man, what's the problem?
Some death. Oh.
Whoa, what is that? Lincoln.
It's like for looping in React.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's a very common thing in React.
Oh man, it's tweaking big time.
Uh,
Gonna-
is it slowing down your page? I'm guessing it would.
It asked me to kill the page.
Yeah. Attempt to fix that. It may not be able to fix it. Sometimes it could be very complicated. Sometimes it could be really simple. This is running into more problems than I thought it would be, but it's probably because it tried to do too much all in one go. I find better success when we lock it down to like three features
Ugh.
most, and then build on top of that.
All right,
Maybe that's what we have to do.
yeah, we're gonna have to call it because it's asking me to kill my page.
Okay.
Okay, so here's how I would say we wrap this up. So this is purely let's just try it out. So what happened when we tried it out? We came up with an idea. Yep, it's dying. Um,
Let's see if you can refresh the thing, the little browser thingy.
no, it's asking me to. It says page unresponsive,
Oh yeah, because I'm saying like refreshing it will kill whatever code is trying to run in the background. That's different.
and so like
Hmm.
the conclusion is just like, all right, what do we learn? Like Bolt automatically assumes that you are creating a platform for something. It also just comes up with a lot of requirements for you. The not so good thing is that it takes a long time to get to a point where you can actually try it out. And also, like, there's a lot of bugs that you have to spend tokens to kind of resolve.
Bolt will go crazy on the features, especially if you leave it open-ended. And when it does too many features, it seems to degrade in quality, at least compared to what I've experienced with these tools. Like we saw it try to do a lot, and maybe it does do a lot, but we can't fully enjoy it, right? Because it's broken. And I think when it does too much, the amount of bugs it makes is higher. So if you're using this tool and you're starting out, maybe specify and tell explicitly to only do those specific features as a starting point and then add more features. So like only allow me to search through the trails and discover trails. And then once it does that perfectly and we have this UI, then allow me to create groups and then allow me to create a hike with friends and and build on top of that. Then you can like one iteratively be able to build the feature and see it immediately rather than wait, I'm not sure how long we waited, maybe 10 minutes. But like if you ask it to do just allow me to search hikes first, maybe it only takes 2 to 3 minutes and you can see it right away and see the results and be able to build features on top of that.
Yep.
So that's what I'm learning at least so far from this session, which is great.
Cool. That's the end of the video. We're just a PM and an engineer trying to figure out AI. If you're on the same path, subscribe and learn with us.